Good afternoon, everybody. It is Monday, October 22nd. I'm Dian. Call me Dian, and welcome to part 2 of Let's Play Dragonview. We reached the town of Kazra at the end of the last video, so it's time to talk to everybody to figure out what to do next. Start at the beginning here. The man greets you warmly. Welcome to Kazra, nice little town, isn't it? Among the peaks lies Dragon Temple. I thought it was called Kier Temple. Many wise men reside in that temple. Among them, Giza is the youngest. Oh, he's got a name. That can either mean something good or something bad. Some say he's the brightest young man to ever enter the temple. Well, he's cracked. He's gone evil. That's what always happens with these guys. And Twitch says I'm offline, but I'm going to assume I'm recording. So, yep, she calls it the Kier Temple. Rumors say demons have seized it, and she's excited about it. Okay, you got issues, lady. I'm not going to deal with it. Another old man. Old man is shaking fiercely. Something terrible must have happened. A few days ago I saw demons exit the front gates of the Kier Temple. They seemed unhindered by that sacred place. Is it possible they have seized the temple? Well, that's what everyone's saying. The girl relates a very sad tale to you, complete with her own music. Years ago, a brother and sister lived here together. They were inseparable. Ew. One day, the sister fell very ill. Although her brother pleaded to the gods for her recovery, she grew steadily worse until she died of her unknown ailment. Her brother was left forlorn and grieved deeply of her death. Shortly afterwards, he disappeared, never to be seen again. Now all that remains of him is a lonely grave on the far side of town. Where could he have gone? No, we'll find that out later. Music's back to normal, so we don't have to worry about it. Okay, coming here, we'll see the old lady who blocked our way in Hujia. The woman from Taiwan's house sits behind the counter. Hello, warrior! I appreciate your help in Hujia. What? Free goods? Haha, you're quite a joker. But please feel free to buy anything you fancy. Oh, shut up. Come again, she calls you. I'll be here. Yeah, Taiwan was decent enough to give me some free bombs. Well, she did give me a map. Spoke of my great deeds. I got dynamite. That's all I did. My daughter will be ecstatic. She believes a prince from Rysis will arrive and sweep her off her feet. No, you'll want to talk to Syath. He's the one who could become a mimetic child molester. I really don't know. I don't know who that guy is still. The man turns to you and says, you should speak with Ronister. Perhaps he can help you in your quest. Search for him by the lake in the east. He lives alone in a cave near that lake. Use this map to find him. It's of no use to me. Oh, thank you, random guy, for giving me another map. But there's really nothing I need to see him about just yet. Another little girl. Oh, you have my father's bow, but I hid it in the northwest cave. How did you get it? The girl asks. The girl is on the verge of tears. My father is a hunter. He sometimes stays out hunting for days at a time. I wait at home all alone for him to return. Sometimes I get so scared and lonely I just cry. Then I stole the bow from my father and hid it so he couldn't go hunting. Please, she pleads. Keep the bow, but promise not to tell my father. Well, let's go tell him. Now here's the merchant with another heart container for us. We'll go ahead and buy it. He says the exact same thing, only the price continues to go up each time. So he'll vanish and show up in the next town, which we won't get to for a couple more videos. But it's still nice to be able to buy heart containers like that. More townsfolk. Do not attempt to cross the mountains to reach Kier Temple. They are too steep and you would surely perish. In the building next door lies the magic path to Kier Temple. If you can gain permission to use it, you'll be there in no time. Well, we already checked out that landslide. The old warrior begins speaking softly. When I was young, I was a warrior much like yourself. I fought great battles throughout the world, but one terrible place remains most vivid in my memory. West of here, there is a cave of fire. In my foolhardy youth, I entered that cave on a fool's wager. To this day, the memory of that awful cavern haunts me in my sleep. Well, sounds like our next dungeon. You only hear about these things when you're supposed to go to them, after all. So the girl is daydreaming. Nope, she's the one who's waiting for a prince. How did she know? Did she read my mind? I didn't tell her anything! My goodness, creepy girl. So we come in here to talk to the monk. We want to go up to the mountain. The magic pathway in Kier Temple is in the back room, says the old guardian. However, a few days ago a great fortress of ice appeared in front of the temple. Now an evil presence blocks the magic path, and great pillars of ice fill the temple gates. If only we could melt that confounded ice. Then we could learn what has happened within the temple. Pardon me for a minute. I'm just going to check something zippy fast. If I'm not recording, I'm going to start over. Okay. XSplit says I am. I really don't like having to pause ZSNES, but I'd much rather make sure I know I'm recording. The inscription reads, "Here lies my beloved sister, taken from me by a wicked blight that the gods would not cure." Oh yeah, blame the gods. You guys always blame the gods. You never do anything for yourself. You hear a noise. It sounds like someone crying. How strange. But that will come into play later. This should be the last house. And it's empty. Okay. Nothing to loot. Let's talk to this guy. Hey, isn't that my bow? I cannot tell a lie. I killed that fat barkeep! Nope, return the bow. I thought so, says the hunter. I'd know this bow anywhere. I've decided to stay in town so I can spend more quality time with my daughter. Here, why don't you keep the bow? I don't need it anymore. Oh, that was pointless in the end. Now we leave town. We need to find Rochester at the lake cave before we can do anything else. And I went through that. I went by that area yesterday. I didn't actually go into the cave. And yesterday I mentioned I was going to do some sequence breaking. I'm going to wait until after the Cave of Fire to do that. I'll be at a much higher level and may actually have a shot at surviving a battle in case I run into one. So I'm gonna do the Cave of Fire, then come back, save, and then go for it. Because there are 3 little areas I want to get into inside of there. If you come to the east, you should eventually run into a path that runs north. Yep. In fact, I can start heading northeast right now. Should get right into the cave. And there's the lake right there. And there's the cave. No monsters at all. That's definitely going to change. Okay, so the guy lives in here. 2 fires, no bed, no food, nothing. I'm Rochester. What is your business here? I was told you might know how to enter Kier Temple, you reply hopefully. I see, Rochester mumbles, pondering your request. You need the power to melt demons' ice. Only the mystic Ring of Fire could hope to burn so hot. If you intend to enter the Cave of Fire to retrieve that ring, then remember this. You must have serpent scales to withstand that blazing inferno. Return to Rysis and talk to Master Konos about the scales. Alex, you may take the contents of these treasure boxes if you need them. I didn't tell you my name! How did you know my name? Everyone's reading my mind in this game! He gestures to indicate the chest before him. So, free crystal and free potion. I don't know if I specified yesterday or not that the crystals will restore all your MP. But they're kind of worthless at this point in the game. So, make a beeline back to Gallus Pass and head by heading southwest. That should take you right to it. And this time I'll remember to open up the other side of the teleporter outside of Rice's. Okay, this will take us back to the path. So it's not directly southwest, but close enough. I don't want to fight you guys. You're not worth my time. Only for a side quest later or random encounters on the world map worth fighting. Unfortunately, since I opened up the shortcut, I can head right back up and over. Won't take a minute. I'll kill any moths that get in my way. And stay in my way. Yeah, I haven't said it yet, so I need to make sure they get out of my way. So, that's all there is to it. That stairway just leads to a room full of scorpions in case you fall. And back down the other side. So, head southwest again. That'll take you right to Hugia. And then head west from there to get back to Rysis. Not hard at all. Because I wonder what Alex is thinking during all this. Probably thinking along the lines of, I've got to go into a Cave of Fire where only a couple people have ever entered and come back out alive. Oh, the things I do for you, Katarina. You better appreciate the fact that I'm going through all this trouble to rescue you. Well, he probably doesn't think like that. That's just me being cynical. Still, it's a long walk, so he's probably got a lot of time to think. Probably thinks about more than just Katarina. Probably thinking of things like, oh man, I've only got 35 jade left. Why did I buy that heart container from the shady drug dealer on the street? Back to Master Konos. Oh, you met Rodister, says Konos. A mighty warrior that one. Long ago he went to the fire cave and survived. These are the serpent scales that he used. I'll give you 20 scales. If you don't have enough, come back again. If you use them all up and come back, he'll only give you 10. But so long as you don't waste any, you won't need more than 4. So I'm going to head straight to the fire cave. I'm not going to save just yet. I can get through the fire cave without needing to save. I don't expect to die in there either. I'm doing this just as a precaution in case I'm not recording and need to start over from the original save. I foolishly didn't save a backup copy yet. Okay, if you come to the warp point, since this partner is activated, the color turns blue, and oh, with the dizzy and the spinning and the throwing up and the oh boy! We gotta go through this every time we warp somewhere. What's annoying is you're often disoriented when you get out of a warp, and so when you're trying to get your bearings, monsters may sneak up on you. Now that doesn't happen too often, thankfully. You don't really need to worry about it if you're in an area with stronger monsters than you are. But why would you go in there just to activate the warps anyway? So I'll follow the path back out of Kazja. We got Deja Vu. And once you can, head west. That'll take us into the next region. And the scenery is changing to a reddish hue. New music. Very appropriate for a volcanic area. Even though it doesn't say it's a volcanic area, but look, we got trees growing out of the lava here. Looks like they're all petrified. Yeah, I'd be nervous just walking through to get to the Cave of Fire. Look at all these bones. Got a giant killer rabbit guarding the entrance. No! Not quite. As you can see, if you try to get in here any sooner than now, you won't get very far. So just equip the serpent scales and fire away. That gets rid of it. Okay, this right side is a dead end, but I want to get to level 9 before I get too far inside. So I'm going to fight these guys. These are just the armadillo enemies again. Not too much of a trouble. It's the obstacles in here that can be dangerous, especially before you get a chance to gain some experience. But these enemies aren't that hard. I love this music too. It just never gets old, even though it loops fairly closely. No, it doesn't last very long, really. Okay, just come into this room and charge to the right. That way you'll get ahead of the next set of fireballs. And I should gain a level after a couple more rooms. It'll be handy. But there are two things in this cave, aside from what we came here for, the Ring of Fire. And they're both on the way to the boss, thankfully. Another inferno to extinguish. And there was something in this room earlier when I came here to grind that seemed odd. A third monster appeared. But it didn't happen in this case. Ah, I got flamed. These guys trolls. Unfortunately, I'm flame-proof. Alex isn't. I got that level up at least. And head south. The left takes you back to the beginning. Okay, this guy will end up being the most useful enemy for experience later on in the dungeon. He looks like a pirate-themed pro wrestler, if you ask me. Just like most other enemies, even though they move quickly, keep your distance and strike when you can. So there's the third scale down. Okay, the right leads to a dead end, so just push the statue aside and head north. These guys give the most experience in the dungeon, but unfortunately aren't fought in large groups. You can one-shot them by level 13. Let's go ahead and jump over this and not miss. skip that one. There's our first MP capacity. Quickly scroll through the text so the flame spurts don't erupt when you're still standing on them after the text. Another little flame demon here. Sometimes those little flames on the floor will chase you, not in this case. And if you're close enough, you can hit him before he emerges. And head upstairs. The left just takes you around in circles. And I think what we want next is in the next room. Ah, you got me. Yep. Sword energy. Finally, increasing attack power. That's exactly what we need to get through the rest of this place, since we'll be running into more enemies. And I forgot to mention yesterday, if you push select, you'll see your progress to the next level as well as your current stats. So if you need to check, other than the bar there, that's the way to do it. So we can take these guys on 2 hits now. You can push the statue. And if you try to fire a serpent scale at this, it just comes back. So drop down and hold to the left. Otherwise you'll get hit by the main pillar there. Take that out to extinguish it completely. Now we just have to circle back around. I want to keep my life topped off. I'll ignore this one. So here we are back at that first room with the statue. I don't think any of the enemies will respawn unless you didn't kill them. Yep, there's this one again. Ah, I made it that time. Yeah, those things are actually hard to jump, because you can very easily jump too early or too late and get hit. But after a couple more levels, they won't do nearly as much damage. Back to the sword energy room. Well, those guys were wimps about the Cave of Fire. It's not that bad so far. Only taken a couple hits, been able to decimate everything in our way. And since the treasure wasn't looted, we probably got further than anyone else ever did. See, there's Alex doing the different slashes based on his position and the enemy's position, who usually do the upward thrust or upward slash of enemies against enemies bigger than him, or if they're low to the ground and large like this guy is. Now we're getting close to the boss. This room and the next one are the best places to grind in here. So go back and forth between these two to fight the enemies, and I am not kidding, get to level 15 before you attempt the boss. The boss will absolutely rape you otherwise. And even then, after you beat the boss, come back into these 2 rooms and grind to at least level 18. That will carry us through the next few dungeons. Fortunately, I already did that. I went ahead and got to 20. Also got plenty of jade in the process. And here's the second boss. This guy's a lot harder to dodge than the scorpion was. Pretty much the same attack pattern. Unfortunately, he doesn't do nearly as much damage as he would if I was a few levels lower. If you're too low a level, this guy will one-shot you. Alright, little victory dance. If you leave the cave and come back in here, Alex will do the victory stance again when you walk into this room. What do we got in here? Thank you, Johnny Cash. You know, that song pretty much summarizes the whole game up to this point. But just head back out the way you came. It doesn't take long to get back out of here, thankfully. So I did that for two reasons. One, and because I needed the filler to get out of here, and two, it was just too perfect to not use. Head to the left here. That should take us close to the beginning. Yep, right here. I'd like to say I'm over-leveled at this point, but it's not going to last long at all. Even at level 20, the next two dungeons are going to be tricky. You won't probably want to tackle them at level 25 if you're feeling unconfident. But on the plus side, after the next two dungeons, we'll get to the best grinding spot in the game. It'll cover us from that point literally to the end of the game. Don't need to do any more major grinding until the final dungeon. And I mentioned yesterday there was a tree stump south of to the southwest of Khazra, and I'm going to go ahead and go there now that we have the fire ring. So just take this path and head straight west. Or maybe not quite straight. Looks like this is the way to go. That it is. Oh, we got the fire cave music again, so this must be slightly connected to it. What could it mean? Chasing flames and leaping fireballs. Just obstacles, fortunately. This is a pretty small place. Oh, what do we got here? Young fighter, I am a flame wizard. I will bestow power upon your flame ring so it will become far more powerful. I thought it was a fire ring. A Zig Typhed! That means something. I'm not going to explain what just yet. Hey, he's got one of those little options from the Gradius games. So the fire ring is now level 2. Well, goodbye now and good luck. I'm done here. So I'll just hold the button for a little longer to increase your charge. Hadouken! Having level 2 fire helps in the Ice Fortress quite a bit. Mainly because the level 1 fire will only melt one pillar of ice at a time, while level 2 will just plow through all of them. So in the end, it saves on MP if you have to melt a lot. So which way am I going? I'm going west. I don't need to go to the beach. Oh, back to Khazra and save, and then I'm going to attempt to do that sequence breaking. And that'll be it for this video. Seems kind of short, but I did a lot of prep work for it too. So nothing in town changes until you go back to the magic portal house. Go ahead and talk to the monks and see if they have any new advice. Sword and armor are hidden there. Follow your map to find them. Hidden where? Could that be any more vague? Seek out the castle in the snowfields. You'll find it marked on the map. That's another reason why you want to talk to these guys. They'll mark things on your map that otherwise don't get highlighted. So I'm assuming the sword and armor are up where he highlighted it. Yes, I'd like my quest recorded. I'm hoping I don't have to re-record this, otherwise I'd have to start the whole game over back up to this point. Oh, it's not that bad. Alright. Time to brave a place I shouldn't be at for 10 more levels. But if I get into an ambush, I may have a chance of surviving because I'm at a decent level now. So I'm voluntarily throwing myself into a stealth mission, even though I absolutely hate stealth missions more than anything in RPGs. So I'll follow this path and then take it back when it swings back north. And we'll get into the changing scenery. And it doesn't help that this music is really eerie. So we'll head north. off the beaten path until you come to another path that swings west. It should swing west. Whew, that's close. Okay, there's the first cave. It doesn't help that these swamps make it hard to navigate at times, because you can't make a beeline to where you need to go. Man, I'm nervous. Okay, talk to this guy in the wet cavern. What's this, young warrior wannabe? What kind of look is that on your face? Aww, did I hurt your feelings? Nah, not a bit. Just as I thought, you're a charlatan, coward, wimp. Okay, I think I said the wrong thing. If you open that chest, the guy just comes in and stops you. So I guess I do have to take offense at what he said. Okay, same thing. Very much. You're only a pup. What makes you think you deserve to wear a warrior's armor? I wager you can't even destroy 100 demons. I'll bet my treasure on it. So, with that side quest active, if you kill 100 enemies on the world map and come back, he'll give you his treasure. It counts for any enemies in any location, just so long as they're fought in the overworld. Now, head northeast from here. And this is off the beaten path, so I'm hoping I'll run into it. Should be around here somewhere. Yep, right there, another tree stump. Okay, so halfway done with what we need to do here. Young fighter, I am a lightning wizard. I will bestow power upon your lightning rings that will become far more powerful. Azig Typhid! It's the same spell, why can't I just use it myself? I guess they don't have those Gradius Life Force enemies there to bestow the power. Man, my legs are literally shaking in my seat. That's how nervous I am about this. Boulders that defied bombs will fall to dust under the might of the lightning ring. Well, goodbye now and good luck. Oh, cryptic but handy advice. So if I get into battle, I'll use a level 2 lightning spell. Okay, so I want to head east from here. Now that's partially swampy. Yeah, it's not a straight line, unfortunately. And there's a Triforce-like emblem. I can't do anything about it until I get an item later. And head east-southeast from here. There should be one more stump right there. And here's a boulder. Oh, I can't blow it up, unfortunately. Trade you these 50 fruit for this big bag. Not a bad trade, eh? Well, go ahead and trade for the bag. So he didn't have it on him, but he's not lying. It is indeed in the treasure chest here. So the bag basically lets you hold more of every consumable item. You can only hold about 3 of these at a time. Now you can hold 5. Hold more bombs. Serpent scales don't matter. As well as more arrows, which I haven't bought any of yet. Now there is one more item later in the game you need to trade 50 fruit for. And there's the lightning. Okay. If I can head straight south, I'll be safe. And just head back to Khazra. So, try and go as straight as you can. Which unfortunately I can't quite do thanks to the water. Just avoid the enemies. I should be able to make it. I'm getting close. Come on, 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 come on. If they don't come straight at me, I'll make it. Yes! Yes! I made it out! Oh. When I was a kid, walking into that swamp was my biggest nightmare because there were so many times I accidentally walked into it and tried to take on enemies that were a lot stronger. Boom, game over. Boom, game over. Boom, game over. So that place still scares me. Okay, just need to find the path back to Khazra, and that'll be it for today. Where am I? Okay, it's along here. Now there is one town you can go that's in the very southeast corner of the map, but there's nothing you can do there until much later. And even though there's a warp star there, there's really not much point in activating it. It's actually one of the most out-of-the-way ones you can go to. And the place it leads to is even more out of the way. Okay, this should be the path back to the fire cave right there. So, we made it! Didn't get into a single battle. Now, I am going to start working on fighting random battles on the overworld just to start working on those 100 demons. So I'll be going out of my way to fight as many as I can on screen, but I'll do most of it off screen. Since I'm over leveled, there's no point in getting it for the experience. But that'll be it for today. Go ahead and heal up and save. My legs are still shaking for some reason. These are nice enough to restore our MP too. Now that's just the kind of atmosphere this game provides. If you're walking into a place that's unknown, as a player, it creeps you out. But that's it for part 2. See you guys again for part 3. Since this is the second Dragon View video, I'm going to start my Mega Man 3 Let's Play for my next video. That'll be tomorrow or Wednesday. It's not a very busy week, so it could happen sooner rather than later. But I'm Gunarm Dine. Call me Dine. Thanks you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed me watching me make a fool of myself and almost piss my pants going through the swamp. You guys take care.